everybody, it's Christina here. Welcome back to my channel. Yes, this is the second video that I have filmed today. I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm not about to go change clothes to try to trick you guys into thinking that it's not the same day. It is. I'm just gonna get that straight. So, yeah. Last night I struggled for quite a while trying to figure out why photo booth was not recording. I still am not completely sure why. I know it happened after I know I started having trouble with it after I had updated to Monterey on my Mac, but didn't really think anything of it. So yeah, and then finally it just got to where it wouldn't let me record anything at all. So I'm not sure what I did. I turned it on and off, and good stuff. But yeah, it's finally working. And I am going to eat during this. So it's kind of like a mukbang. I have my chicken tamales, the 99% fat-free chicken tamales. Yeah. So I love tamales. I know they're from a can and they're kind of like probably offend people. Are you seeing that cat in the background? Luna, do not eat my aloe, please. Please, get down. Luna, no, not that. Oh my God, she's knocked that over and she's killing it. And I hate it because it was my Mother's Day gift from my parents. But, to get back to it. So, yesterday, I was just doing a regular video, trying to give a life update because I really hadn't filmed in a while. I know I had posted, but I hadn't really filmed, and I kind of wanted to do that. So, like I said, if I ever do, I want to get as many filmed and scheduled as possible, because in case if I ever need to take time off, or I just, need a mental health day, I can have it. Well, after hours of trying and it not working, I gave up. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell a story that I was telling yesterday, and we'll just go from there and see if it works. So my husband is in the National Guard. I've talked about it before. He's a sergeant, so nobody too important. But he came to me and he was talking to me because his out date, or his contract is up January 9th, 2025. So it's 2.5 years away. Well, he came to me, and I knew he was going to re-up. I knew that he wants to stay in the military. But he came to me and asked what I thought about him going active duty. Well, normally people who know me would probably expect me to have all of the problems because we own our own house, we're settled here, our parents live here. I swear to goodness, Nats. But honestly, I don't. I don't have that big of an issue with it. I'm not going to be the one to tell him, no, you can't do your dream, because I knew he wanted to join the military and become active duty from before we even started dating. So that wasn't really something that bothers me, because I knew it. He would have gone active as soon as the day he graduated if his parents had signed the paperwork for him. But so there's that. And then I wanted to kind of tell you a little bit of a story of him. So our original marriage date was going to be December 15th of 2019. That was where we were going to have our big wedding and all of that. Well, he's Catholic, so November of 2018, we wanted to start the pre-Cana classes. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, and he's not here to ask, so yeah, I was just going to have to deal with it. But anyway, so I thought, it was on a Tuesday at 5 o'clock. I show up, and I knew he was 30 minutes away, at school, and he was gonna stop by the recruitment office and tell him to stop bothering him because they were calling every day. And so, he fell for the trap. But anyway, he was gonna just meet us there. So I'm there, and I knew he was gonna be a little bit late. So I start filling out my side of the paperwork, and we get it all done. And the priest starts talking to me about where we're gonna get married, what time, what date. It was who would marry us. And I'm like, well, we were gonna get married at a library because that's where we met. It's where I worked. And they said that I could already use their facility, and it's a historic place. It's beautiful. And they were like, and he laughed in my face. He's like, I'm not going to marry you in a library. And I laughed at his face and told him I didn't ask him to marry me. So there was that. And so we sat in awkward silence for a little bit. And about 15, 20 minutes maybe passed. And he's like, well, do you know where he is? Can you call him? So I call him, and he's like, oh, I'm leaving now. I haven't left yet. So I told him that. And he's like, okay, well, we'll start filling out his side with what you know. So I'm filling out his paperwork, and then we start, again, we're sitting in a very uncomfortable silence. And it's been about 20 minutes, and he goes, can you call and see if he's almost here yet? I call again, and he still has not left the recruiter's office, which should have been a big clue for me what he was doing. But at the time, I was just so mad that I really wasn't thinking about it. And so, I'm mad, and the priest is like, well, I have to go. I can't stay here any longer. I'm like, fine, whatever. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go home. And at that point, I lived with my parents. So, he calls me up, and he goes, can we meet up? And I was like, no, I'm really mad at you. I don't want to meet up. I didn't want to go to that meeting, and then I show up, and you don't. He was like, I know, but I really, really need to talk to you. So, I get in my car. We drive to go meet him. I think we met at Wendy's. And he was like, so, how do you feel about me being in the military? I'm like, well, I knew it was something that you always wanted to do. But I didn't really, at this point we were just engaged. It's like, I didn't know you were actually going to join. And he goes, well, I just signed my paperwork for a 6-year contract, which I should really have been mad at because he should have really talked to me. But I know that I know him now, and I knew him well enough then that he kind of gets caught up in the moment, and before he really thinks about it, he'll just do it. So that's exactly what happened. So yeah, next thing I know, he's in the I'm making plans for him to go to MEPS, and so I'm just at this point, I'm resigned. Okay, and he's like, well, it's part of the guard, so I'll be home. And then we start talking about his basic, and I find out that because at that point I was just a fiance, if anything had happened, I would not be notified. It would be his mom. At that point, I didn't feel like his mom and I had a really good relationship, or me and any of his family really had a good enough relationship for them to call me and to let me know what's going on. So I was really worried about that. And we kind of just kept coming up with issues after issues of why, there was just a lot of things going on at that time. So we decided, we had a trip to Texas. We were going to see Phantom of the Opera on the 15th, and we were going to spend like a week down there, doing the River Walk and the Alamo and all that. And on our way down there, we just decided to stop and get married. So we did. So it was kind of exciting and exhilarating, but also it was very scary. And at one point, we almost both got cold feet and just called it off, but we did go through with it. And we drive 13 hours to Texas, and that's fun. And then we start having fun. We go to Joe's Crab Shack and Bubba Gums, and just having fun. And the realization hits us that we had to tell our parents. Never had I ever been more scared than to tell my parents that we had ran off and got married. So we call, we tell them. It's not fun. Of course, it kind of ruined the rest of our vacation. But, yeah, we got married. And I did get kicked out of my house. But to be fair, I was 21, so I needed to start thinking about moving out anyway. But, yeah. And I'm kind of glad. My dad said he did it to make Charlie and I's relationship stronger. And at the time, I was really kind of upset with him because I didn't really have any chance to save because I was just paid off my car. And I should have known better. I should have thought about it, but I didn't, you know. And I'm honestly cannot say that I regret it. I do regret not having my family there when we got married, but I did it. I made the choice. And I don't regret it. But, yeah, so I don't think we're doing too bad. We bought our house 2 years ago, so, well, we bought it a little bit over 2 years ago, so I think we were 21 and 23 when we bought our house. Yes, I'm 2 years older than my husband. We did not start dating until he was legally an adult. I didn't even know how old he was. I thought he was a lot older, and that is on me. Thank God I found out he was at least 18. I make a mess. Okay, so that's pretty much all that I have for you guys. I just wanted to kind of tell you that. And, you know, if you don't want to watch this long video, you don't have to, trust me. Move along. If you want to hear me talk, there's plenty of other shopping videos coming up. I will see you guys soon. You guys have a great day.